So let's talk about something that's on the minds of so many expectant parents, but, it's often the question we're a little hesitant to ask out loud. Is intimacy during pregnancy actually safe? We're going to break down the facts straight from the source material to get you a really clear answer. And look, it's totally understandable why there's hesitation. I mean, it's such an exciting time, but it's also filled with a million questions and worries about doing what's absolutely best for the baby. So this explainer is here to cut right through all that confusion and give you some clear, straightforward answers. Okay, first things first, we've got to clear the air. There are just so many myths and fears floating around this topic, so let's just dive in and tackle the biggest ones head on so we can separate the fiction from the reality. This is probably the number one concern, right? The fear that you could somehow physically hurt the baby. But the reality? That little one is incredibly well protected in there. It's like they're in their own little super safe bubble. And what's so amazing here is just how brilliant the body's natural design is. The baby isn't just kind of hanging out in there. It's cushioned by all that amniotic fluid, it's protected by the strong muscles of the uterus, and it's sealed off by the cervix. The source is super clear on this. Direct physical contact, it's not possible. All right, let's tackle another one, and this one's a bit of a head scratcher. The idea that having sex after you're already pregnant could somehow result in twins? Yeah, according to the source, this is a huge misunderstanding of basic biology. A very, very big myth. And really, when you just think about the biology for a second, it makes perfect sense why this is a myth. I mean, once you're pregnant, all those hormonal and physical things that lead to conception in the first place, well, they've already happened, and the factory is closed for business, so to speak. It just doesn't work that way. Now, this next one is a really serious and common fear, so it's important we address it directly. A lot of couples worry that intimacy could somehow lead to a miscarriage. But for a normal, healthy pregnancy, the source material is very clear, and it lines up with the medical consensus. This is just not a cause. Okay, so now that we've busted some of those major fears, let's flip the script and look at the other side of the coin. Because the source doesn't just say intimacy is safe, it actually suggests it can have some real positive benefits. This quote from the source really just gets right to the heart of it all, doesn't it? It directly connects the emotional well-being of the parents to the healthy development of the baby. Basically, being happy and keeping stress low is good for literally everyone involved. So here's the crucial takeaway. Intimacy, it can be a really important part of keeping that happiness and connection alive. It's a way to lower stress, to strengthen your bond as a couple during this huge life change, and it all contributes to that positive, happy environment that helps a baby thrive. Okay. So we've established that it's generally safe, and it can even be beneficial. But, and this is a big but, there is one very important precaution that the source material really emphasizes. It's the one real risk you absolutely need to be aware of and actively prevent. And that risk is infection. It's not about the physical act itself. It's about the potential of introducing an infection that could then affect the baby. So forget all those other myths. This is the one area where you need to be cautious. So let's quickly walk through how this can happen. It all starts with unprotected intercourse. The source points out that semen can sometimes be a carrier for infection, which then has the potential to cause complications for the baby. It's a really clear cause and effect chain that we need to break. And the great news? Breaking that chain is incredibly simple. The source gives a single, clear, unambiguous solution. Always use protection. This one step effectively gets rid of that primary risk we just talked about, which lets you enjoy all the benefits without the worry. Whew, all right, we have covered a lot of ground, haven't we? We've gone from myths to benefits to that one crucial precaution. So let's just quickly boil it all down to the most important things to remember from all this. So to recap, here's the bottom line. Intimacy during a healthy pregnancy, it's generally safe and can even be good for you. Your baby is physically secure in there, no question. And the single most important rule of thumb? Use protection every single time. That prevents the primary risk, which is infection. That's really the core message here. So we'll end on this question for you to think about. Now that you have the facts, what's really more important? Letting those unfounded fears guide your decisions, or having open, honest conversations with your partner, and, of course, with your doctor? Because that communication is absolutely key to a healthy and a happy pregnancy. Thanks for watching.